All right, shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who rule well, being a great example for his younger brothers in his truth. And the sincere Hakim throughout the four winds, pushing this word in all truth, righteousness, sincerity, faith, and in diligence to you. I say shalom. I want to get into a quick lesson out of one Ratazah. It be edifying, all right? Sitting around, cleaving unto the Lord, man. Okay, and what that means, and how it benefits you, man. Okay, and real quick testimony. Not necessarily a testimony, but more of a righteous, or more of a rant, you know. Hey man, the Lord will see you through it, man. Okay, the Lord has never failed nobody. You know, everybody that so-called what the script said, who has ever called upon him and was ashamed, you know, or whoever you know, called upon them and they was and the Lord despised them, you know. That's something that just has to be on the forefront, man. Okay, you have to understand that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. Okay, and the righteous run into it and it's safe, man. Okay, and even though things might not seem, it's a lot. I'm doing a little walk and talk. Get away from this area. But even though things might not seem as if they are going your way, for lack of better terms, all right, it's just your duty, man, to cleave unto the Lord, man, if you want his mercy, man. Okay, because the Lord shows us every day more and more that it's him. Okay, it's not us, it's not of man. Okay, it's him that gives the increase. It's him that gives the go ahead, man. Okay, so that being said, man, nothing can be done without the Lord's consent, without the Lord's go ahead, man. Not even your tribulations and trials, man. All right, and real quick, let me get this 1 Peter 1:7. It says that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. And that's what you want to be. Okay, you want to be that one whose faith was more precious than gold, way more precious than gold that perisheth, right? Because everything in this world is temporal. Everything of the elements can be manipulated and not manipulated, but can be dissipated, man. Okay, aka perishable. Everything is a perishable on this earth, man. Okay, and with that, you just have to understand, man, that it's a test, man. It's a trial. You know, it's a trial to see if you gonna revert back unto the scriptures, man, until the word of thus saith the Lord, man, the word, man, or you gonna revert back to your carnal means of solving your solutions, you know. So the trial of your faith is being more, it's just more precious than fine gold, even though it be tried with what? Fire, right? Even though the Lord brought you through something, right? Even though you was down bad, and everywhere you look, it was darkness and rejection. But the Lord has saw you through it, man, right? Because your faith being more precious than fine gold, than gold that perisheth, the trial of it, man. Okay? Because the Lord wants to test to see if your faith is genuine, as a brother loved to go into, man. Brother Yaitazah, he loves bringing that out, that genuine faith, man. When something's genuine, hey, that's something you don't have to question, okay? And who wants to question someone that serves them? Just like your woman. Do you want to question your woman? All right, that lay in your bosom every night. All right, you gotta question her if she's serving two masters. She's serving another motherfucker. She, you know, she going off and shit like that. You don't want that. All right, so the Lord has every right, man. All right, to put your faith on trial, man. You say you believe in Him, and plus, let's get it. Plus this right here, Micah chapter 7 and verse 9. And it says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord. You go into indignation. It goes into anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. Basically, righteous anger. Okay, rightfully being angry. Right? So we have to bear the indignation of the Lord, because it says, because I have sinned against Him, until He plead my cause and execute judgment for me, He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold His righteousness. So it's all of the Lord. The Lord gives the increase. The Lord gives the say so, right? But at the end of the day, your faith being put on trial is actually it's really a act of mercy as well, man, because you get a chance to prove yourself, man. Okay, you get a chance to prove to the Lord that you believe in Him, and that you ain't got no wavering bone in your body, right? Your faith ain't wavering, and you ain't counted as, that those impurities that's gonna burn up in the fire. Because if you just an impure spirit, you gonna burn up, man. Okay, the Lord is looking for gold, not 80%. Shit, what's a metal? I don't know. It ain't a metal that ain't precious. An impure metal, a metal made of more than one element. Gold itself is its own thing. It's pure. Its own element, man. Okay. It says, Salakia. That's right. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against Him, until He had plead my cause. So you have to be able to endure whatever the Lord put on you until He plead with you, man. Okay, until he deal with you. Because only Salakia. Because only He can get you up out of the situation, man. So you look to please that power, man. Okay? You look to please the one that can destroy. Let me get that. This is Matthew 10 and 28. It says, get this. I don't know why I brought up all these versions. It's stupid. It says, Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them. Let me see. Let's see what 27 say. Oh no, this is right. It says, And fear not them which kill the body, right? Mankind, you know, um, anything on this earth, right? But are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. All right, because the Lord can put you in and slap your ass with a bodily what you gonna call that? Not a bodily basically a bodily ailment, man, and also put your soul in hell, man. Make you live a life of hell. You know, you got all these sicknesses, or he can have it to where he amputate your motherfucking leg. You out this bitch with one leg and still living a hard ass life. You know? You ain't even got all the tools you need to you know, to walk the earth. The Lord will have your ass living in hell, man. All right, and that's why you want to please that power, man. Okay? You don't want to revert back to any carnal means of trying to get yourself up out of a situation. All right, because that's enmity with the Most High, because that's what the world does, man. Okay, you see what they do? They go and prep, you know, heap on all type of supplies unto themselves in this fucking selfish ass society in the first place that allow you to do some shit like that. Heap all the goddamn supplies to yourself. Also cripple you to where you can't even basically live, man. You can't function in this place. Lord say, hey, don't fear them, man, but fear him. Salakia Israel. Had to deal with something real quick, but we back. Yeah, man, don't fear these folks, man. You fear the Lord, man, because he got the power to change anything in your life at a moment's instance. Even while in the midst of everything going to shit, the Lord can still bless you with something that's far more valuable and actually put his favor upon you, man. Even in times where it don't seem as bright, you know, but the Lord you can still obtain the Lord's favor, man. All right, by keeping the faith, you know. And that's what this lesson is about, man. Keeping your faith no matter what, man. Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:12. It says the fear of the Lord. What is the fear of the Lord, man? The fear of the Lord is what? Hey, keeping the commandments, man. Okay. And what it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. Right? And how do you show love, man? By keeping the commandments. And if you fear something, okay, you're not gonna want to piss it off. You're gonna be afraid of the consequences that come forth with it. All right, and the Lord said you need to fear him because he's the almighty powerful. There are consequences for things, man. Okay, your ass jump off a building too goddamn high, you gonna break your fucking legs, man. You might fucking die. Okay, you wanna drive drunk as fuck. All right, you crash that whip and flip that bitch over, you're gonna die. It's consequences. Or you fuck around and you know, dealing with a Jezebel or adultery, now your ass got a STD or whatever it might be, you know, your life going to shit. It was consequences for that. All right. That's why the Lord say, fear him, man. Okay. Fear him and do what he say, man, and you will live a long and prosperous life. Right. And it says, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Right, man. And that's keeping the things that you was taught. It's like the scripture say, hold fast to that which thou hast, man. Okay? And by you have to do that every day. Okay? Every day you have to hold fast to what you have. Meaning what? The things that you've been taught. Just stick to it, man. Even if it gets repetitive. That's the father of learning, right? Repetition. This elder apostle, the apostle Gabar would say, you know. Want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bechak, Wadash. Next up, honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, being a great example for us young brothers in His truth and a sincere argument throughout the four winds, pushing His word in all truth, righteousness, sincerity, diligence, and in faith. To you I say Shalom, Abba, and Kwani, elect Yasha Allah, Shalom.